they're adding a TikTok-like feed to the Amazon shopping app.
Cash crops. Dutch use Bitcoin mining to grow tulips.
Experts are increasingly afraid of what they are creating.
Hi and welcome to episode 41 of TechReview. Every week we gather to discuss the hottest topics in technology, innovation and social media. On camera 4 today we have Chris. On camera 3 we have Vincent. And on camera 1 this is me. Hi, I am Tarek. TechReview is a collaboration of Ideas Engineering, Free Tech Academy and Upday.com. You can watch all episodes on YouTube, but if you prefer to just listen to our beautiful voices while working out, driving a car or flying through space, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and all major podcast platforms. I will stick with this now it's podcast platforms, it sounds so much better. So, what happened today? No, this week. Let's start with Vincent. Today you bring us something from Amazon.
Exactly. I brought something from Amazon, and this is my lifelong and very much especially lived here passion for shopping in a social, circle. The last few times I brought shopping on Twitter, shopping on Instagram, shopping on TikTok, and now we're talking about shopping itself, or in the modern way we say not shopping, we say Amazon, I think. This time I brought Inspire. Inspire is a new feature from Amazon. It's only launching in the US. For now, it's a test. And what Amazon does there is that they're adding a TikTok-like feed to the Amazon shopping app. And this feed will display interest. You can select in the beginning, and it will display videos and photos curated from the content, and also, of course, shops can hand content in. And you swipe through it again, like I said, on TikTok, and you can punt. I don't know if you can see this. You can tap the little diamond, and you will immediately save that for later, for shopping. It's a pure, and that's I think the unique experience. It's purely shopping-oriented experience. So as of now, we won't be seeing any type of just fun videos or anything. Amazon is not trying to become a social app. It is literally a shopping experience, and I find that very interesting because we went full circle kind of, because we started with very linear shopping, right? Then we started to do social media and other kind of entertainment, short-term video, and social picture sharing, whatever. Then we added this component of the influencer, right? Transitioned more into the micro influencer, into shopping, where brands are paying creators to promote their products, and now we're taking the creator out again to just use the tool for shopping. And it's kind of full circle.
These videos, are they produced by Amazon or is it user-generated content? So do I promote Amazon products on their platform, or is it just generated by them?
You are promoting, you can upload your videos because to be frank, most of the products on Amazon already have a video. Yeah. Amazon will also display the pictures that you usually would see on the Amazon app. And Amazon will also try to highlight content. This sounds very nice. And in truth, it's Amazon having a lot of essential products they just want to sell too.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
So, but you mean I load up my videos which promote my products. So it's not user-generated content in that sense. Somebody else is creating a video, and this specific product is part of that video.
Yeah, so you could say it's creator created content. I don't know. Creator generated content, and the creator being a shop or a seller in any way.
I see. And then I probably can directly buy within this product feed.
Exactly. When you heart it, it will get on your list. If you tap on the title, or I think there somewhere is also a diamond. I don't see it in the screenshot right now. Yeah. But if you there are different access windows to go to the shop right now. So when you scroll down or up, I don't know which direction the screenshots are, you will see immediately that the shopping window of Amazon that we all know and love opens, and yeah, you can tap on buy now.
I think they are going to show
you
it.
select your interest. That's important. Exactly.
Okay, and then they also have this a famous For You page where they recommend the products to me without having to directly search for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so mean.
And they capitalize on the idea that brands pay creators, right, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever, to promote their product, right? And brands also have videos already on Amazon that kind of show the benefits of their product. And this might work sometimes better, sometimes worse, but the idea is that those already created pieces of content then help selling.
That sounds so mean. I mean, I know myself when I get into some kind of gadget shopping spree on Amazon and I find so many nice things by searching, but now having a TikTok-like feed that is trained on my shopping behavior and my preferences, and it shows me like one interesting gadget after another, this will be deadly.
What I would love to know is, I'm for example, I am a smart home nerd. I love smart home. I try to connect everything, and so my question is, now when Amazon understands that I love smart home, right? I don't select the interest in the beginning, or I do it once, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that I won't do it every time I go on this Inspire feed. Will the algorithm also pivot me around, just like the TikTok algorithm, deeper and deeper into the smart home rabbit hole, or will it show just random, more or less personalized items from the interest I show? Because I mean, imagine now us. I know, Tarek, that you also have a smart home kink of some kind. That imagine us scrolling there, right? And we start with smart thermostat, something very easy, and then we go deeper and deeper into, I mean, you have everything, but deeper into the extremely smart space. I would love to know how that works.
We know the success story of TikTok, and I'm sure that everyone is going to copy the algorithm, or at least the basics of this algorithm. And so I'm pretty sure that they are going to use this initial configuration that you give as a starting point, and then, as you said, observing your preferences and simply serve you whatever you want, even though you might even not know that you want to have it, right? So maybe you select in the beginning smart home devices, but then the algorithm picks up that for some reason you have a kink for brown leather shoes or something, because you keep staring at them, and then it will serve you brown leather shoes, because even though you never specifically selected them in your preferences. And I mean, this is the genius thing, genius and horrifying, that the app might know you better than you know yourself. Yeah, and you wonder why does the app keep serving me this particular kind of content? It is because it picked up some interest from you by hesitating to swipe away or staring too long at a certain item. It knows you better than you do.
Yeah, in the end, I mean, it's all started with very ridiculous suggestions. We all ask ourselves, who would buy this, right? Beneath the article, this is bought together, and I always ask myself, why would somebody combine these two items? But this is it evolves.
Yeah. Did you read Quality Land? The novel Quality Land? Okay, I see. Chris, you read it?
Yeah, I started actually, okay. But I actually laugh a little bit because every second tech review you mention that book, Quality Land. You refer to that quite often, to be honest.
I'll make sure to post an affiliate link to this novel somewhere in the show notes. So if you don't know it, buy it through the affiliate link. No, but the idea is, in this novel there is this guy, and he gets from this Amazon of the future, what was it, like a pink or something, and he complains, I never ordered this pink, and can I say on a podcast, or do I have to bleep it out afterwards? Let's see. And he complains, I never ordered this, and the AI of the shopping experience says, yeah, I have your AI generated profile, and this AI generated profile tells me you want to have a pink. You just don't know it yet. Yeah, but I know you better than you know yourself, so you can't return it because I know you want that. And the whole novel is the story, his quest of trying to return this pink because the shopping AI does not believe him that he does not want to have it because they know him better.
So in the end, he keeps it. He uses it. What happens with that?
I don't want to spoil it. You have to buy the novel and read it.
Okay, and here's the code: Tarek15. Yeah, it works until the end of the week. Yeah.
Not too late with me, so I have it here already.
Right.
I said, not really read it, just started.
You should.
But,
It's a fantastic novel.
You make me curious every time you mention it.
Not curious enough, apparently.
Yeah, but I will post the
it's-
affiliate link. No worries. Okay, yeah, but I mean, as you said, we are one step closer to this experience. And if someone has a lot of data about shopping and preferences, it is Amazon. And so it might be a really genius move to move the shopping experience to the TikTok-like For You page with this kind of algorithm. And I really need to be scared about this one. Yeah.
Well, I think it could. In my opinion, it could go two ways, right? One way, it is revolutionizing shopping because it is like window shopping, but digitally, right? Something that a lot of shops always try to do, and in the end, they have different experiences, and all of them are great and not great, and I don't know. Number one, or the other way, it's too obvious. Maybe it's too early as well. Maybe this is something that we rather will see in a AR, VR world where these things kind of intertwine, but maybe it's too obvious for now because it's too much. It's selling too hard, literally selling too hard.
Right.
Just like other pink things.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe this is the first thing that it's going to show me for some reason because I mentioned it too often on the live stream.
As long as it's not a Microsoft app.
And now, this.
Let's continue with cash crops. Dutch use Bitcoin mining to grow tulips. And I was very intrigued by this article for the first time from a website called rfi.fr. It's a French website. And I stumbled upon this simply because of this amazing headline and was so curious to see what they are doing. And the idea is a startup in the Netherlands is using the heat generated by Bitcoin mining to grow tulips. Yeah. In the 17th century, demand for tulips spiked so sharply in Amsterdam that prices rose to staggeringly high levels. It was like the tulip boom as we know it today with Bitcoin. Yeah? So fast forward over 300 years, and we've got the next potential bubble, which is the cryptocurrency. And today we have solar panels on the roofs, which are generating energy to power the mining rigs. And those mining rigs, while they are working, they heat up the air by around, the article says, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. And this means that they are reusing the heat that they are generating by the mining rigs to let their tulips grow. And this is quite an interesting idea. On the one hand, you would say using Bitcoin mining rigs is very, very bad for the environment because all the energy that we are wasting simply to mine this cryptocurrency. But in this certain situation, they are producing their own energy with the solar panels and reusing the heat that they are generating by these rigs to let their tulips grow. So they kind of monetizing their whole hardware setup in two ways. The Bitcoin that they are mining is literally money that they are printing. And on the other hand, the energy that they are producing and wasting is then converted into heat. And this one, that's the tulips grow, which they then again convert to cash. So they had a really, really nice idea to fully utilize the setup, and the only thing that they are producing is, of course, e-waste with all the hardware that they are needing. But compared to other Bitcoin miners who use like coal energy to produce Bitcoin without reusing the heat, this is a quite interesting approach. And I personally, I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin, especially because their energy wastefulness. But in this case, okay, kudos to you, Dutch Bitcoin tulip miners.
Yeah, I mean, this could be like a general concept, right? So reusing the heat, which actually is being created with any kind of whatever kind of digital processing, for instance, or any other process where actually heat is being produced, and that is just a waste product, so to say. Of course, if you would have like some kind of intelligent waste usage, so to say, you could also use the heat like then, for instance, to grow tulips or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, on the one hand, I think this kind of reusing all your resources should be enforced by law, because you don't want people to be as wasteful as we are right now with Bitcoin mining. But on the other hand, it is kind of a way of greenwashing this problem, and having like a good conscience by using the energy for something secondary, which is a great thing. But
digital
still,
economy
you
that
are wasting the energy and
either
producing
the
heat
efficiency
and
is so high that
e-waste.
we don't have waste product like heat,
maybe
or that
the
everything
better
flows
alternative
into
would
each other.
be
So I mean,
to use
heat
maybe the
is used
solar
to produce
panels
electricity,
directly
like
to heat
in a, I don't know, nuclear
your
reactor,
tulips,
for example. So
and
technically,
use less energy,
you produce heat that produces energy that then produces
for
heat.
Cryptocurrencies. This is what I always try to promote.
The reality
that we have
is
so
different.
many other cryptocurrencies,
so I always think,
which are
I agree with you.
Bitcoin,
it always sounds so
not
amazing.
as wasteful as it is. So,
but in the end, I think we're not aware a lot of times how the efficiency ratio actually
allowing
is.
myself to build more rigs because I have
this sounds
like
great,
a tulip
but
farm
I
in the
doubt
backyard,
that.
and then because of this tulip farm, I can
I doubt they sell a lot of tulips
for
compared to how much they make with Bitcoin. I mean, this isn't that kind of the point that this is the vision of a future kind of digital economy, that this is that either the efficiency is so high that we don't have waste product like heat, or that everything flows into each other. So I mean, heat is used to produce electricity, like in a, I don't know, nuclear reactor, for example. So technically you produce heat that produces energy that then produces heat. But yeah, the reality is different. So I always think, I agree with you. It always sounds so amazing. But in the end, I think we're not aware a lot of times how the efficiency ratio actually is.
Yeah.
I mean, because this sounds great, but I doubt that. Yes, I doubt they sell a lot of tulips compared to how much they make with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I do not know. The article does not say what's the ratio if one of the both of both income streams is like a side project. Or
surely the tulips. Surely the tulips are main income stream, 100%.
Yeah, might be some kind of new form of money laundering, right? So having like this tulip farm.
If that AR starts to create art, we know it's money laundering. If art is involved, we have a problem.
Right.
No, but again, I think I wouldn't actually focus on the Bitcoin thing. I would really focus on the reusage of the heat which is being produced with digital processing, like in general, right? And maybe I'm with you. So this is not a concept today. But maybe one could think about that, especially in times of energy crisis and everything, if there might be like a secondary usage of this kind of energy being produced and then being wasted, right?
Right.
And on the one hand, we have like people sitting in their homes freezing. On the other hand, we have like computer farms producing heat, which is being kind of a waste and then being blown off out in the atmosphere, which is also kind of a damage. So it's, so to say, the wrong thing at the wrong time at the wrong place, right? And it's just, so to say, in the end, a little bit a question of the right coordination. I mean, of course, I know it's difficult, and we are talking about like just a computer standing here and just a computer standing there. That's not what, in the end, makes a big option or possibility to recreate or to create a new form of secondary energy use. But if you think that bigger, maybe there are possibilities to reuse this kind of energy in a sustainable way.
Right. And especially in times like today, where the energy crisis forces people to freeze at home, this is the option. Just mine more Bitcoin and you never have to freeze again.
Probably because you can afford other heating systems then, but surely also because of the heat.
I do not invest in heating systems. I only invest in Bitcoin mining rigs, and heating is a very nice side effect.
No, or you frame it the other way around because it sounds much more substantial conscious, sustainable conscious. I'm sorry. You say you only invest in very resourceful heating systems, but the funny byproduct is my Bitcoin farm.
My little Bitcoin farm.
Bitcoin farm.
I think that's a serious, huh? It's a show.
Yeah. We can sell this on Amazon.
Form.
I will post the affiliate link in the show notes.
And we put it on Inspire.
Right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's an experiment I want to do. Nice. If our tech review is valuable for you, please give us feedback with a like or a comment. That would help us tremendously and it wouldn't cost you anything. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, just click on the subscribe button. And now, back to the news.
And now, this.
And now we will continue with Chris and AI.
Yeah, AI. So my best topic. I like that heading, actually. Experts are increasingly afraid of what they are creating. Long article, actually. And it starts with all the progress, right, which we see in AI nowadays. In translation and prediction of, 3D structures of proteins, creating pictures like with DALL-E and so creating 3D models just with a prompt. All the nice topic which we have discussed so many times also here in TechReview. Last time, Tarek, I think you brought the article AI writing code for other computers, systems, and so on. So this is a quite rapid pace we see here in progress of AI. And the article points that out, but it also points out that on the other hand, we barely understand the logic behind the algorithms because of the black box problem, right? Which is quite well known with artificial intelligence. And then after a while, it comes to the conclusion, so the article comes to the conclusion that it's a quite risky game, actually, to hand over. And we had that discussion, like, I think in the last tech review or the one before. It's a quite risky game to hand over more and more sectors, huge sectors of our society to those black box algorithms that we barely understand. And that even nowadays, like, creates a lot of problems and will create more problems in the future, probably. I mean, nowadays, think of, I just was thinking about that when I read that, about that system that had been set up to check the social help, I think it was in America or England or so, and ended heavily in discrimination of the related people, right? So and this discrimination actually led then to the situation that some of those people were being cut off their social help, and then it ended in divorce and existence of people has been destroyed. So that is not a cool thing. And discrimination as such, big topic in AI very, very often. We had that various times also here in the tech review. So the thing with AI, as being seen in the article, is that it seems to be very powerful in the beginning, which it is, but quite often then somewhere on the way it takes the wrong turn, right, and gets into some creepy direction. And the article now states that the AI systems actually seem very smart to us in the beginning, but that also misleads us quite often, so that we are also taking the wrong turn with these systems. And one issue they refer here, so a little bit deeper, I think, is the scalability of the system, right? So the whole problem, as just described, is, okay, it might be a problem, but is controllable, still controllable. But the thing with scalability of AI systems is the more you put in there, the more you get out. So there is, at the moment, there seems not to be like a natural limit or something. Like the bigger you make it, the more you get out. And so the smarter you make these systems, the bigger they are, the more complex, the more sophisticated they become. And that's the problem, because one thing the bigger they get, we definitely do not get, so to say, to ourselves, is that we understand them better. I mean, the systems are getting better, but we do not understand them better. And in the future, that might be a big problem. I mean, we had this discussion also various times. So it will not be the case that an AI, so to say, takes just over the world because it wants to, right? But it very often is a problem that when a system like that, an algorithm is being created, the initial side conditions, so to say, give the initial kick to how the whole system develops. And we as developers, we as humans, quite often, so to say, cannot oversee all aspects of such a development. And not all aspects are being fed into such a systems, into such algorithm. And this is quite often the problem, right? This one thing which has not been considered in the beginning usually creates a problem later on than in the operative use or in the later use. And we had also discussed various examples for bad developments here in the TechReview. Just think of the Tesla. I think there was this one example which was crashing full speed into this truck with a white load in front of a white heaven or so, because the AI did not recognize that there was a truck, and it just crashed into that. And so with AI, we have this issue on the one hand, right, of overseeing things added with the black box problem, because sometimes the AI decides things different as we would. And now we are creating more and more powerful systems whose way of processing we do not fully understand. And that's the second problem. And often then enough, we are surprised of the results of these AI, which the AI delivers, right? And now that was the conclusion. Back to the initial point. The more sectors of our society now we hand over to those black box algorithms, the more might we be surprised one day what AI will make of it, right? And in the end, the whole thing might lead to a result which we might not like. And the decision the AI took might be crystal clear in the logic of the AI, right, within the black box algorithm. But it might be quite lethal to mankind in the end. And this is actually what the whole article actually points to. And I think the logic behind that is understandable. Here we go again.
To sum it up.
Exactly, yeah.
I like this. There was this one quote in the very, very bottom. Where was it? Like 10%? 10% of the scientists working on this believed, nearly half of the researchers say there's a 10% chance their work will lead to human extinction. That's not a very good quota. But to be honest, in terms of where we are in history right now, we are in this age of the prediction machine. And what we have with AI systems is very good in generating predictions for assisting us with current problems that we are working on. But we are not good yet in building these decision machines. So actually having an AI making a conscious decision based on a lot of stuff that we feed it, right? And so I think we must be very conscious about the way that we are working with AI today, and that there's a difference between having an AI assist us with certain tasks in terms of automation and aggregation and calculating and these things, and having an AI take over a complete job, for example. So having a health system and, let's say, replace all of the employees with AI tools and have the AI steer everything from distributing like money to people who are waiting for their health benefit checks or something. You can't do this right now. You can't hand over the whole administration to the AI. That's not what AI can do today. And so I agree with these scientists who say, from today's perspective, this is a real bad thing, and having these black box AIs taking over crucial parts of our society. But I don't think that this is the right path, and I don't think that this is the path that we are taking right now. I think this is more of the sci-fi scenario where we expect AI to work like this and expect it to be used like that. But in reality, I hope that we are self-conscious enough to use AI in a better and more conscious way by waiting to be able to actually building these these decision machines, which will then be trustworthy. And this will take probably another 10 years until we can start talking about this kind of AI. And so I'm not worried about that, unless people are so ahead of themselves and so enthusiastic that they are misusing AI in fields where they are not supposed to use this for, I don't know, hand over the nuclear keys to the nuclear missiles because, the AI can do this, right? Then we have a problem.
I have a stupid question.
Go on.
So I do understand black box AI is a thing, and more conscious AI, things we can trust. I also agree that this, I don't know, seems a bit far-fetched for me. I don't know. What I don't understand is though, okay, an AI that regulates an AI, isn't that kind of also a way out? In my opinion, I mean, I don't write code. I don't understand how AI actually works. I always imagine there's a deep fake of somebody with a snow mask sitting in front of a very old Dell computer. Just like all the pictures from the early 2000s.
Sure.
No, I'm kidding. But what I think is that if we see that there's a potential for AI getting out of, I'm saying control, but let's say getting creative, and we don't know in what way they are getting creative. My question is it maybe possible to have an AI that then regulates these creative processes? Or is that too simple? Is it too simple the way I think about this?
I mean, Chris?
I think there's one basic question behind that. And this is exactly related with the black box problem, right? So since there is this forward-backward propagation going on all the time, and you just don't know this deep learning thing, and you just don't know on which basis or on which connection, which happens million times within this black box, the AI actually creates its decisions. So you have created the side conditions, and you hope that the black box or the neural network actually will develop in a way which you want it to be developed. But as said, quite often developers had been surprised by what came out of the box, so to say. And I don't think that this problem will be solved within the next 10 years. I think this is like a systematic thing that with AI and with this type of developing a neural network, it's like developing a brain, so to say, with all its neurons. And you cannot predict which side conditions, which impulse just forces the system to develop this way or that way, to create this connection or that connection. And in the end, it might be looking like as if it is following your initial prerequisites and the side conditions you initially put in there. But then there might be this one specific case, like, for instance, the white truck in front of the white heavens, which you have not thought of, or which is an edge case, a very specific, special thing, which you have not seen coming. And then the AI makes something out of that which surprises you. And in this case, it was lethal, at least for the driver of the Tesla. And if you actually hand over like systems which are important for our society, for our well-being, so to say, as humanity or as a society, then also some specific edgy cases might happen there as well. And maybe in 99% of the cases, the AI does exactly what you want and works perfectly. But if there's this one specific case, it can be a catastrophe. We always have this problem, every tech review. It can be a catastrophe. And so I don't know if that is a good relation, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Of course, you are right that these things happen, and these things also happen with human operators. Yeah, you have a junior on the steering wheel and he makes a deadly mistake and then people are dying. This happens with people also. And we have some AI systems that are trained for a very particular problem, and they are working already wonderful, and very, very good, better than human beings. And in other cases, we are still like on the edge of development. And that's why autonomous driving is not worldwide available yet, because the systems are not done yet with being perfectionized. And so these systems are not good enough yet for worldwide rollout. And I think we are still a couple of quantum leaps, a couple of general breakthroughs away from actually having these major use cases being taken over by AI, as we saw this year with GPT-3 and DALL-E and all these things. This year there was this major breakthrough where we finally saw something that nobody was expecting in 2022 to happen. And I really believe that in the next 8 years, let's say until 2030, we will have a couple of these breakthroughs, which maybe suddenly start allowing us to roll out autonomous driving worldwide and having AI taking over more roads. But I think this general fear of having the AI making mistakes, we will always have them, and AI will always make mistakes. The question is, where do we have the bar? Because people, human beings, also make mistakes. We also learn things the wrong way. We also misjudge situations. And so I think there must be this threshold where we say the AI is capable enough to not make more errors than human beings. But as you said, like an AI with their neural network, it will never be error-free. I don't think that we will be able to generate like the perfect AI without edge cases, because that's the opposite of what an AI is. An AI is trained; it's not configured.
I'm not so sure that, to be honest. I'm with you saying that, okay, people also do their mistakes, and this is absolutely correct. And the difference is that nowadays, the junior driver, which you just mentioned, is not like operating a nuclear power plant, for instance, right? So, and this is the question for me: where is the level where you are being prepared and willing to hand over like really essential systems to an AI? And this is where actually the risk is, from my point of view. It's not like that having, if you have like created a picture based on an AI, okay, maybe you have like some rights being damaged or something. So that is not a thing, right? And if you have an AI like checking out medical conditions, and that can be very helpful. But this is very individual cases. Or if you have like a chatbot, which based on an AI, which is talking to customers, and if he's not friendly or if has a discriminative way of talking, then the customer would not come back. But this is not something which actually threatens the world. But if you now hand over essential systems like power plants or whatever to these kinds of AIs, or let's talk about the military option, like various kinds of weapons, hand over to AI, then we are talking about different things here, right? And this is, by the way, indeed a problem which we see nowadays, that, for instance, China is like heading or running ahead with all these AI developments, also in the military sector. Then the US says, yeah, if we want to actually not being left behind, then we also have to develop AI stuff, and we have to put some of our military options into the hands of an AI. And this is kind of a competition which is going on there in this sector, because nobody wants to be left behind. And this is the problem I see, right? It's not that people maybe, if they would be thinking clearly, they would say, no, we cannot hand over this or that systems into the hands of an AI. But on the other hand, we have the competition with our third party there on the left and right side. So we are being forced to do that. And this combined a little bit with a hacker mentality, right? So just hack things and then put it out there and see what happens in a field of where you're being forced to do so because you do not want to be the second winner, so to say, and do not want to be left behind. This might lead to a situation where systems of whatever kind might be handed over to an AI because people think, yeah, it's secure, and we believe that it's actually in good hands. But then something like we have just talked about happens, and then it might be, a crazy decision in the end.
Yeah. Okay. Good final words. Let's wrap this up. We are already over time. Thank you everyone for joining us to Tech Review episode 41, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.